This video is sponsored by Squarespace. So after nearly 10 years of being a wedding photographer, there's one consistent thing all my second photographers say to me. How are your wedding days so smooth? So let's actually talk about that. Let's talk about the 5 reasons your wedding days are stressful. Starting out with reason number 1 is you don't help out with the planning. I know a lot of photographers who don't like to be hands-on with part of the wedding planning. This is something you should be doing to help with your couples, but also to help yourself. One big thing you can do to help with the planning is actually write a timeline, even if there's a planner. Now, keep in mind, you're not writing the timeline for the whole wedding day, but one thing that I truly believe is the beginning of the wedding day is the photographer's time. The getting ready section, where there's not really anything happening, is your time as a photographer, and if you're not writing a timeline for that and letting the couple and the planner know exactly what you want to do, you're gonna run into troubles. And trust me, if anything runs late, it's usually at this point of the day, so having a timeline written out for yourself is usually extremely helpful. So basically, the most important part of your timeline is the start of the day when everyone's getting ready up until about the ceremony. At that point, it becomes a whole event, and the planner's gonna handle all that because there's more moving parts. On top of planning as well, you have to make sure you're having an automated email workflow. This is gonna help send questionnaires to your couples throughout the year after they have booked so that you can get additional information for them to help you make that timeline. I personally do this with Honeybook, which you can check them out in the link below, but basically I set up a workflow and I have a couple of emails go out throughout the year with the questionnaire asking for different information so that I can remember to do that no matter how many couples I have. Also, as far as planning, don't be hesitant to go on a venue tour with your couples. As you know, personally, I don't think I need to see the venue before a wedding day, even if it's a brand new venue I've never been to, because the lighting is gonna be different. You never know what it's gonna look like. However, being a part of that planning with your couple is super helpful. If I'm able to go to a venue tour, I'll usually go with my couple, take a look at the place, and make them feel more assured that I'm there with them and on their team for their wedding day. Reason number 2 is you're too hands-off. So many photographers love to be like, I'm a photojournalistic photographer, but because of that, they just stay as a fly on the wall the whole day. I've made a video about this in the past, which I'll link up above, but moments do not just happen. Great photographers make moments happen. Now, a lot of people will have an attitude and be like, oh, it feels like you're just planning their whole day and making everything fake. No, but in essence, photography is fake. Let's be real, okay? A great photo is posed and set up. That's just what it is. And if y'all don't believe that, you can argue in the comments below, but the best photos are set up. Now, obviously, some great candid moments can happen, but as a wedding photographer, you should be doing both. Throughout my day, I do consider myself a photojournalistic wedding photographer. I'll take fully candid moments that happen, and I will also set up moments so that moments can happen. And also, the lighting and everything looks great. Don't just sit back and hope that moments happen and be like, well, my photos are bad because the wedding looked bad. No. No matter how cheap or bad the wedding looks, you as the photographer can make it amazing. And it's all about your approach to the wedding. So seriously, do not be afraid to be hands-on. And that actually leads into reason number 3, which is not setting expectations. The best way to be able to be super hands-on with your weddings is by setting expectations up front. I see too many photographers who just basically are like, yay, I booked a couple. Yay, I'm showing up on the wedding day. Let's take pictures. No, you need to set expectations because if you're not the one setting them, the couple will. And that's when you're not going to be aligned with each other. Setting expectations starts from the very beginning, the moment someone goes onto your social media or your website. The way you're editing your photos and the consistency, the communication on your website and what you're saying, all of this stuff should be consistent across the board. And since we're talking about setting expectations on your website, the easiest way to make your website and set your expectations is with this video's sponsor, Squarespace. I've been on Squarespace for about 8 or 9 years now, and I absolutely love them. It's the best place to show off my work, get new clients, and also set those expectations before the wedding day. If you're not familiar with Squarespace, they're an online platform to help you build your website and online presence. Pick a template, easily build it out, and have a beautiful wedding website in no time. On top of how easy it is to build on Squarespace as well, and some of their great new drag and drop features, you also have analytics, commerce, member pages, and so much more. I highly recommend Squarespace, and if you want to get in there and build your first wedding website, check out the link in the description below for 10% off of your first website or domain. Now again, after you set up your website, you want to have those expectations set. Tell the couple what they're getting, how much they're getting, how you do it. And when you have your meetings with your couple, follow up on this stuff. Tell them how you edit your photos. Do you like to have super magazine looks, super high fashion look? Do you like a more natural look? Do you like a more filmic look? Tell them what it is that you do. Don't just expect the couple to be like, well, you looked at my photos, right? Because trust me, I did that in the past and I got burned. And I don't want you to have to learn this lesson the hard way. Always set expectations, even on topics that might be hard. If there's things that your bride does not like about herself in her photos, bring it up. Bring it up early and have a candid, real chat with them. Let them know how much editing you will or will not do, and if it doesn't fit within what they want, then help them find another photographer. And this will save you so many headaches. So many photographers don't want to do this and they're like, oh, yeah, I deal with the no. I would say maybe 1 or 2 out of 10 weddings end up being an issue for me. Probably not. That's not even a good estimate for me. Like, I can count on one hand in 10 years how many times I've had an issue wedding. And even then, they're like the tiniest things and they make sense. No one's crazy. And you know why? Because I set expectations. We all know what we're doing. We all know what we're getting. We're all on the same team, not the photographer and the couple. Now, not setting expectations actually leads into reason number 4, which is being scared of your wedding days. I cannot tell you how many photographers I see that are scared of their wedding days. And what I mean by this is basically everything is so hands off that you're like, I don't know what I should do. I want to make sure the couple's happy. Do you want a picture of this? Should I take a picture of that? No. Y'all, we are the professionals. We're the ones who should be telling our couples what's happening on the day of. And again, if we've set expectations earlier already, there doesn't have to be so many questions about like, should I be taking photos of this or should I be doing that? Or I'm not sure if my couple's happy. No, please. Set your expectations and then be a professional photographer. I deal with it all the time, but like if there's certain areas at the venue that the lighting's just not good, we're not taking a photo there. And again, you can argue about that because it depends on if you're a natural light photographer or not. But I'll tell my couples like, no, the lighting is bad. This is not going to work. Or, people just want to take photos in places and it's just not good. I'm the professional. I know that. And my couples trust me to the point where if I'm like, hey, this is not going to work, let's move somewhere else, they say, yes, John, let's do that. That's where you should be for your wedding day. Not always like, oh, and all extra timid. Also, too, everyone wants to be all scared and not like disturb the wedding day. But honestly, at the end of the day, the only thing that's left over from the wedding day is the couple's marriage and your photos. So if I have to step into a certain place to get a photo, I am going to do it. Obviously, don't be disrespectful. It is a ceremony. So like if you're doing a Catholic wedding, don't step all the way up onto the altar. Like that's common sense stuff. But if I'm allowed to get as close as possible, I am going to. Oh, you're blocking the guests. Half the guests there don't care about the wedding anyway. Let's be real. They just coming for the food. I am trying to make beautiful photos. And again, everyone has their own stance, so there's no offense to anyone here. But I don't believe you should be that scared of your weddings. And again, if you set expectations with your couple, they're not going to be like, oh, why is he over there taking photos? That's my job. That's why I'm here, so that you can have these beautiful moments. So please stop being scared of your wedding days. Stop standing in the back trying to be like, I'm photojournalistic, and then just being like, I don't know what I'm doing, and taking 50 billion photos because you're scared that you're not going to make the couple happy. You should know the moment that they book that you're going to make them happy. That's your job as a professional photographer. And that's what makes you professional, not, oh, I got the best cameras and I've been shooting. No. Are your couples happy? Are the expectations set? Are your days smooth? That's what makes you a professional. And since we're talking about having the best gear, reason number 5 is knowing your gear. Now, reason number 5, the reason I put it at the end is because gear honestly is the lowest thing that should be happening on a wedding day. You should know your gear like the back of your hand. It should not be a question. One of the biggest questions I always get that's a huge pet peeve is like, which camera is the best for weddings? What lens is the... Y'all, no. Any camera, any lens is great for wedding photography. If you've done all the other 4 reasons I've talked about, your camera won't matter because your days will be so smooth that you'll have the time you need to take photos. You don't need 30 frames a second and super awesome autofocus so that you don't have to do anything, because that's my real problem with autofocus and all that and continuous. Everyone's like, oh, it's not good enough. You're just sitting there with the camera in front of your face, holding down the focus, not doing anything, really. Let's be real. You got your zoom lens on, with your continuous autofocus, just standing there doing nothing. And I know that shot's fired, but I mean, that's how I feel about it. Know your camera. It should not be a part of the equation at all. You shouldn't have to chimp and look at your photos. You shouldn't have to know where the settings are. You should be taking photos like this, getting your exposure like this. Just boom, 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 boom. I know exactly what I'm doing and exactly what I need to do to get it to work. And if you don't feel like that yet, you probably shouldn't be doing weddings. The thing that matters the most is dealing with your couple, making them happy, making sure the day is smooth. That should be top level stuff that you're thinking about on the wedding day. Not, oh, my camera, what. Just, no. Know your gear, y'all. And if you don't, again, I've talked about it before, and here's a video you can check out. But street photography is a great way to start knowing your camera and be able to switch your settings super quickly. Also, too, I'm finishing up a course on how to shoot in manual and my process for getting my exposure correct while I'm shooting in manual. So y'all definitely want to check that out in the description below. But seriously, so many people are so stressed out about weddings and just worried all the time, and they wonder why my weddings are so smooth. And it's not like I'm some kind of rocket scientist. Just do these 5 things, and before you know it, your days will be extremely smooth, and you won't be dealing with no more bride and groomzillas, and you just won't have issues because everyone will be on the same page and you will be a team. And you can check out these videos here to learn more about wedding photography as well and become the best wedding photographer you could ever be.